Welcome to Renault's Reviews, where we review a wide variety of products and supplies. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on the way in so that you don't miss any of our future videos. And if you've got a personal experience with the products or supplies that we covered in this video, be sure to leave your personal experience down below in the comments. As always, links to all products and supplies will be available in the description box below. Welcome, folks. Today we're going to be talking about the Ninja FOODI XL. I've had this unit for 3 months now, and I have been using it roughly 2 to 3 times a week since then. The main way that I use it is for cooking wings. And so I have this unit set up with 2 trays inside, and I have both trays completely covered flat with wings. So I take my wings and I split them all so that everything can lay flat and I can get the most use out of all the surface area inside of the unit, and then I cook it like that. So for my wings, I cook it for approximately 20 to 25 minutes on one side. I pull everything and flip all the wings over and cook for another 20 to 25, and they usually come out exactly perfect. Never had any issues with them overcooking. Another thing is that this cooks very consistently, which makes it a lot easier to work with than trying to work with a grill or something like that. Another thing that I would say that this unit is also very good for is reheating food. If you've been ordering takeout or things like that, and you want to be able to bring the food back to life and don't want to use a microwave, this is an excellent opportunity, particularly for reheating things like French fries and tater tots and things like that. This can really help you bring those things back to life that is often difficult to be able to replicate in a microwave. So let me talk to you a little bit further about some of the other aspects of this unit. Now on the box you can see here that it's got 2 different trays here. It's got 2 different cooking levels, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 slots in this unit, and you can move your trays anywhere around on those slots. One of the other features about this unit is that it's designed for you to be able to have the graded tray on the top level, and then you have the 2-part tray down below it. So this is the graded tray here, and this is the one that's designed to sit on top. If you're able to see that here on the box, this is the one that's sitting here on the highest level. Now, when you're cooking in this unit, you have the option of setting your system on either 1 tray level or 2 tray levels, and this allows the air fryer to adjust its temperature and settings to be able to cook optimally, knowing that you have 2 layers of food in here versus 1. So this is the top layer here, and it's obviously a grate so that you can allow all of your juices and everything will just flow down through it. Now on the bottom shelf, or the second level, you've got a tray to use like this. Now this is a 2-part tray that has the grates in it here, as you can see, and it has this pan here to catch the juices in. And so when I'm cooking my wings, obviously I'm going to have the grated tray on top, and then I'll have this tray down below, and all of the juices and everything drops down through this grate and then drops down through this grate here and is all caught here in this reservoir. And so there is another piece or heat shield that fits on the very bottom of the unit inside, and that's there to help you keep the bottom of the unit clean. You also get 2 sets of these. So I have the grate here that came with it, as well as 2 sets of these black trays as well. So that's very helpful. Now, with regards to the settings on this unit and the heating of it, it takes approximately 90 seconds or less for it to preheat. Now all you have to do is go ahead and load it with your food, and then you go ahead and set everything up the normal way and then press start, and you will see that it will basically indicate when it is preheated. I always just go ahead and do mine with my food in there because the unit just goes directly into cook mode. So once it preheats, it will automatically kick off, and that's when the timer will start running. So if you set it for, let's say you're doing a wing cook like me, and you're going to have it on there for approximately 20 to 20 minutes before you flip, you put it in there for 20 minutes, you set it on air fry, and then you hit start. The first thing it's going to do is preheat. Once it's preheated, then it's going to kick off, and then your timer will start to count down to 0. So that's another thing to also keep in mind. It does beep when it goes off, and shortly before your cook is done, I believe it's maybe around a minute or maybe 30 seconds, the internal light inside of the oven will come on to also give you an indicator that it's getting ready to be finished with the cook and to get ready to do whatever you need to do to be able to move forward, whether that's going to be to pull your food out and eat, or if you need to go in there and flip your food in order to keep cooking, then you need to be ready to do that. So let's turn the unit on. Our power button is here, and our default setting here is over here on air fry. And so we have a function button here which allows us to scroll down through this menu. And as we scroll, you will see that the temperature and the time settings are going to change as we scroll. So we'll go from air fry. You can see that it's default setting at 420, and that's at 22 minutes here. This is the default setting because it's memorized that this is how I like to set mine. You can see I was telling you the truth. This is what I use it for, is cooking those wings, and this is how I have it set up. So I run it for 22 minutes, I pull everything out, I flip it, and I run it again. So that's why it's set there. That's the default setting on mine. So I'm assuming that if you have yours set up and you use a consistent setting for the way that you like to cook, it will remember that for yours as well. So we're going to go ahead and scroll through. As we move, you can see that the times and temperatures are changing. These are suggested temperatures and times, and you can always go in and adjust that. Now, if we move over here to toast, you can see that you can set the number of slices that you're cooking, and the shade is also indicating how dark you want your toast to be. You go over here to bagel, same thing, you have a very similar setting, slices and shade. Now you can go down to pizza. This is kind of giving you some general ideas and suggestions on how to cook. And then you have reheat here, which is a lower temperature at 330, giving you 5 minutes to kind of incrementally work that temperature up without overdoing it. Now, another feature that this unit has is a level setting. So if we go to, let's go back to air fry. We can change our settings here, and as you can see, this light came on that says 2 level. So if you see that 2 level light come on, you can see that we went from identifying with being cooking on the 3rd level to cooking on rack level 4 and 2. Now, this is what I was talking about before. This is going to give you the adjustment to allow the unit to calibrate and adjust itself to be able to cook more optimally, knowing that you've got 2 levels of food in here at one time. So that's helpful as well. As you can see here, we have our temperature setting. This can be adjusted however you like. As I said, mine was already set on 420. It does have a light button in here, and I'm going to turn that on quickly and turn it off because, as I said, my unit is not as clean as yours will be out of the box, and maybe your cleaning regimen is better than mine. Hopefully you found this review of the Ninja FOODI XL to be helpful and informative, and I'll see you all in the next one.